folks, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Natasha and I do book things here. Today's video is going to be my mid-year freak out tag. Is it a little bit late? Yes. Is there still an adequate amount of freak out? Yes. So yeah, there are a bunch of questions talking about sort of like mid-year thoughts and opinions about books. Feeling good, feeling jazzy. I'm definitely on my way to accomplishing my Goodreads goal. Set mine at 100 and we're there. We're getting there. The first question is the best book that you've read so far in 2019. I actually looked at my 5-star books and I realized I would love it if you didn't get into stuff in this room. Okay, thank you. It's hard to pick one favorite, but honestly it's the last book I read, and I know that seems silly, but there's just hasn't been something like this in my life that I didn't know I needed until now. That book is Dig by A.S. King. Am I booked in Lala? Yes. This was highly suggested by her and I picked it up and I read it, and it is unlike anything I've ever read, and like I said, I didn't know I needed this. I didn't know I needed this storytelling, this sort of like multi-layered weirdness, this sort of like a little bit of like magical element. I don't say magical, but like, I don't know, surrealist like element thrown in. This was fantastic. I'm obsessed with it. And I need 20 other books like this. I don't know. It follows just this like weird cast of characters and their different nicknames, and you realize over the course of the novel how it all like overlaps, and it's a wild ride. It's weird. It's good. It's exactly what I like. I fucking loved it. And this so far is my favorite book of the year. There are other favorites, but that one, nothing quite like that. I fucking loved it. Number 2 is the best sequel that you've read so far in 2019, and honestly I don't read too many sequels unless they are like graphic novel series, but the one that I thought was actually a sequel that I actually read and really enjoyed was Down Among the Sticks and Bones by Seanan McGuire. This is part of the Wayward Children's series, and I believe this is actually the second book, and finally got around to reading it, and I read this as like did I do fantasy-a-thon? Was that something I did? I've read a bunch of fantasy books, and I have no memory of any of the readathons I've done, and quite liked it, and it gave me the motivation to sort of continue the series slowly eventually when I can get my hands on these, and I quite liked it. I gave it a 4. The third question is a new release that you haven't gotten around to yet, but you want to, and I went out and I bought this book full price based on Chelsea's recommendation, and I haven't read it yet. I want to. I might be saving this though for Contemporary-thon in September, and that is The Flat Share by Beth O'Leary. This is a book about two people. He rents out the apartment in the daytime, she does it in the night or whatever, and then love happens. It seems cute, seems great, and I'll probably love it. So also a couple other ones in this stack, because let's get real. 4 is most anticipated release for the second half of the year. I have 2 arcs here that are probably my most highly hi Bubby, what do you want? Probably my most anticipated ones, both from different genres. I thought I'd pick 2 different genres. Do you want to be up here? First one here is Permanent Record by Mary H.K. Choi. I loved Emergency Contact last year, and this sounds more right up my alley. It seems sort of the age range that I want to read more books about. It's basically sort of that like college dropout, early 20s age. Just seems like something I would thoroughly enjoy, and I really want to read this like now. So, and then the other one that I'm most excited about is Imaginary Friend by Stephen Chbosky. This is Stephen Chbosky, who wrote Perks of Being a Wallflower's book that he's releasing like 20 years later, like an adult mystery thriller kind of thing. And it's long, it's chunky, it's a horror, and I really want to read this. So the 5th question is the biggest disappointment of the year, and I just picked one that was sort of like average for me, and one that I wish it would have been a 5 as opposed to like the one book that I gave a 1, you know? So the one that I wish would have been a 5 for me, and I wish they would have done something a little bit different with, is When the Sky Fell on Splendor by Emily Henry. I really wanted more out of this. I really wanted more. To be honest, I wanted Stranger Things in a book, and a lot of things, like, people were pitching this as Stranger Things meets whatever, and it just felt a little off for me, and I just wanted more. So I guess that was probably one that I was most disappointed by, you know? So, yeah. So cute. Oh my god. So similar to biggest disappointment, number 6 is biggest surprise, and I have 3 here actually for biggest surprise, and just, I don't know, things that surprise me. So the first one I have is a road trip book. Not a surprise that I would like it, but just surprised that it wasn't just the most stereotypical one. They're all pretty formulaic to me because I read so many of them, but this one got me in the feels and I gave it 5 stars. That is The Geography of Lost Things by Jessica Brody. This is, oh my goodness, you're so heavy. Yeah, road trip, and there is other elements in there that I like. There is a really interesting father figure character in this, and I connected to that character because I felt like he was a mix-up of both my real dad, my stepdad, and my mom's boyfriend, and so I got very emotional while reading this just because I feel like I could really connect with how the main character felt about that character in various ways. So yeah, this took me on a ride. I don't know, I just really liked it, and I liked that there was, you know, the stereotypical road trip stuff, like stuck in a car with a person you don't like, blah blah blah, but there was more to it to me, and I connected to it, so that was like a happy surprise, right? Next surprise is an author, which is another one of these questions, is a new favorite author. This can go into that too, but this was a surprise for me this year that I would like Junji Ito as much as I did, specifically Uzumaki, which is a Japanese horror manga, and this was just surprising in content, in artistry, in just everything that it was, and, you know, realizing that I like this style, I like this format, you know, all of that was surprising, and since then I have, like, you know, 5 of his works here, so yeah, just surprise author. That was really, really cool. And then the last one here was a surprise in content, 100% just content. This is one of the weirdest books I've ever read, and I was just surprised by how much it both did and did not make sense in any way. That's Radiance by Catherine M. Valenti. If you have read this book, tell me if you agree with me in just the surprise of the unknown of what this is. I read this book and immediately said I wanted to read it again, but I don't think I'm going to get anything out of it again because it's just, it doesn't give you enough to know what is happening. It's very, very hard to describe, but it surprised me just because it was weird, I guess. I don't know. Number 7 is favorite new author to me or debut. Junji Ito is definitely one of them. Obviously, I've turned around and bought most of his work. Then another author that is new to me that I will be picking up all of their work from here on out, that is Blake Crouch. I read Dark Matter and just fell in love with his brain. Like, if he can make up this kind of stuff, and I know that Recursion, which is one I do have to get soon, by the way, I know that Recursion is in that same sort of like memories and like weird sci-fi, but like in current world and like, I don't know, mindfuckery kind of stuff, is something I really enjoy, and I think Blake Crouch is doing it really, really well. So that's an author that's new to me. Why are you eating a plastic bag? But yeah, I'll be picking up everything Blake Crouch does because I think his brain is really awesome. Number 8 is new Fictional Crush. I don't typically have them, but Travis from Fixer Up. I don't think anything more needs to be said. Baby girl me any day. Number 9 is new favorite character, and I'm gonna go sort of unconventional with this because why not? I'm actually gonna pick Christine. I just didn't feel like digging this out because I got like plants here and stuff. Anyway, it is Christine by Stephen King, and I am going for the actual character of the car. Is one of my new favorite characters. Just in the way that King describes the car and how people feel unsettled by Christine and being in the presence of Christine is one of the best things that I've ever read. That was one of my favorite books of the year as well. Favorite King that I've read in a long time, and I just fucking love the whole idea and sort of like making a personality out of Christine. So that was probably my favorite character. Number 10 is a book that made you cry. Quite a few. honestly, truly, but the one that really sort of made me cry in several moments is A Heart in the Body and the World. A Heart in the Body in the World. I still can't pronounce this right. Like, I can't. This follows a girl who is on a long distance run, and you come to realize what she's running from or to or towards, and the past and the events that happened to start that. And it's emotional. While there is like a really good like grandfather relationship in this, which grandfather in an RV was bound to make me fucking cry anyway. And that mixed with all the actual like hard-hitting stuff in this. A mess. Hello. Hi, I cried. It's just a mess. A book that made you happy. Again, so many of these. Fix Her Up for sure. Made me happy. Also, Red, White, and Royal Blue. I don't think it's a mid-year wrap-up without someone mentioning this. This was just absolutely delightful. So if you don't know, this is the love story between the son of the first female president of the United States and basically Prince Harry, like royalty. It's queer, it's wonderful, there's amazing characters, everyone's well written, everyone's just great, and fucking love this. And I don't know, I had a really just good reading experience with this. Just put me in a good mood. Like, it's a good mood book. Sorry, number 12 is the most beautiful book that you've bought this year. This one. Which is more beautiful in person than I thought it was going to. I thought it was going to be just like a matte cover. Having like certain parts of this in be shiny is stunning. It is so beautiful. I am obsessed with this. I have yet to read it, but it's beautiful, and I do want to say thank you to people on Twitter who did trigger warn me about some of the content in this. I will let you guys know too. Apparently there is trigger warnings for self-harm in this, so if that is a trigger for you, which it is to me, just be mindful of that. I did have someone go into some spoilers for me just to make me aware of what's in this. I did at the time deem it like okay for me, but just sort of know that. If you want to know that, just ask that question before you get into this, because I don't want to promote it and have anyone be triggered by it. That being said, it is the most beautiful cover that I've ever seen in my fucking life, and I was gonna fucking get it anyway, even if I never opened a page, so I'm just that person. I've never seen a cover this beautiful. Point blank period. And then the last question, number 13, is what books do you need to read by the end of the year? So many. I have my top 5-star predictions that honestly I don't know how many of them I've read. I need to go back and figure that out. One of them is S by J.J. Abrams, which is a book I'm so intimidated by. House of Leaves I would like to finish. All of my arcs, which I have like 20 of them here, I would like to finish before they come out in the year. And so many things. So many things. I want to finish Heart-Shaped Box because this was sent to me by a subscriber and is now also signed by Joe Hill. This is my October delight. I have to start and finish that. And I want to read The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren while I'm in Hawaii before New Year's. A lot of little things like that. I have a lot of books that I like plan for specific times of year, and when I get around to them I forget, and then I don't read them, or I'm like, oh fuck, and yeah, it's a big old mess. But that's where the mid-year panic comes in, right? Where you kind of stop and you go, wow, I've read 60 books so far. What can my next 60 be? Is all the books for my mid-year freak out tag. Let me know in the comments down below any books that you like or dislike out of this pile. You know, which ones are you most excited for? How are you guys doing on your reading challenges? Did you set yourself a reading goal for the year? All of that, I don't know, let me know. Hopefully everyone is doing good midway through the year. Until my next one, I will talk to you soon. Bye!